Welcome back, everyone. Today we're going to be shedding light on the ample challenges of becoming successful as a life coach. So how do you attain profound, unalloyed, unprecedented success as a life coach? What challenges lie ahead? What challenges impede you, stifle you, stymie you from becoming successful as a life coach? What are the impediments and the roadblocks that encumber you from being able to maximize your success as a life coach? Well, one challenge to surmount, which seems almost insurmountable, entails growing a behemoth of a brand as a life coach. How will you distinguish yourself among other competitor brands, especially when competing in a highly competitive life coaching services market against other highly competent, highly knowledgeable, highly reputable, and highly adept life coaches? How will you build substantial brand recognition? How will you cultivate brand growth? How will you attain robust brand equity? How will you foster strong brand loyalty? These looming questions should be addressed. You should have an action plan to growing a behemoth of a brand as a life coach. If you want to grow a life coaching brand across a myriad of disparate social media websites, it can take years of incessantly producing insightful, meritorious, and valuable content. You want to become a world-renowned industry expert in your niche field of expertise. If you're competing in the life coaching services market, you should produce content to demonstrate your expertise and to entice clients to procure your service offerings. You want to win over their trust in advance, and if they deem you to be trustworthy, highly knowledgeable, highly competent, highly adept, and highly reputable, and they're all the more inclined to procure your service offerings and pay a premium price for your service offerings. That's why it's imperative, it's of eminent importance to do everything in your purview to establish yourself as a highly renowned, highly revered, highly competent, highly knowledgeable, highly adept industry expert in your niche field of expertise. As a life coach, you may be highly knowledgeable about productivity maximization. You may be highly knowledgeable about wellness optimization or time management optimization. Your specialized skill sets and specialized knowledge may vary from other life coaches, and that can give you a competitive advantage if you have skills and knowledge that other life coaches lack, in spite of how competent they may be. Everyone's competencies can vary in this life coaching services market. What is another challenge appertaining to becoming successful as a life coach? Another challenge is finding clients. How will you find clients? Which direct marketing tactics and indirect marketing tactics will you employ? How will you invest your marketing dollars? How will you entice clients? How will you incentivize clients to procure your service offerings over other life coaches? How will you secure the lucrative lifetime values of clients? How will you build a sizable clientele? Will you invest in leveraging pay-per-click marketing campaigns, influencer marketing activities? Will you invest in leveraging direct mail advertisements, email advertisements, bulletin board advertisements, billboard advertisements, television advertisements, radio advertisements, podcast advertisements to drive traffic to your website? Will your website be optimized for mobile devices to render it all the more easier for your target market to access? Will you produce a copious amount of content online that entices clients to procure your life coaching services? If you produce educational videos, if you produce educational podcasts, if you produce educational webinars, if you produce educational live streams, if you produce educational courses, if you produce educational articles, if you produce educational blogs, then will they be interested in procuring your life coaching services post consuming your content? These are questions that should be addressed. You need to strategically work hard as a life coach in order to build a sizable clientele. What is another challenge appertaining to becoming successful as a life coach? Another challenge entails, how will you increase your expertise in your niche field of expertise? What measures will you take to assimilate more knowledge, to expand your repertoire, and to become all the more competent, knowledgeable, and competent? What are you willing to do to furnish more value to your clients? Are you willing to be matriculated in more educational courses? Are you willing to read more educational books? Are you willing to read more educational articles? Are you willing to listen to more educational podcasts? Are you willing to attend more educational webinars and more educational seminars? Are you willing to do everything in your purview to maximize your knowledge so that you can become the quintessential life coach and have far more knowledge than other life coaches? You want your knowledge to vastly eclipse the knowledge of other life coaches. You want to be so knowledgeable in your niche field of expertise that you are the leading life coach in the life coaching services market. You want to be able to maximize your market share in the life coaching services market, and you want to be perceived as a highly competent, highly renowned, highly revered, highly reputable, highly adept, and highly knowledgeable leading industry expert in your niche field of expertise. You want to be also perceived as the utmost trustworthy and the utmost intelligent life coach. You want to be able to elicit beneficent client outcomes. You want to be so knowledgeable that you can more efficaciously help your clients to achieve their action plans and reach their overarching goals. You want to be able to bequeath pragmatic, insightful, and valuable knowledge to your clients that provides tremendous utility to them, that they can easily implement in their lives to rectify any issues that they are having. Your clients want to be able to optimize their health, maximize their productivity, optimize their time management, optimize their wellness. And as a life coach, it's your job to provide guidance to them. If you can coach them on how to become successful, you can help them to make inroads towards success. You want your clients to be able to reach their higher aspirations and achieve their overarching goals. You want your clients to be able to elicit the best possible versions of themselves and actualize their latent potential. So Do not neglect to always be an autodidact as a life coach. And it can be challenging to increase your competencies, grow your knowledge base, expand your repertoire. It's highly time consuming, and it's not for the faint of heart to undertake, to say the least. So, once again, to recapitulate, 3 challenges of becoming highly successful as a life coach entail growing a behemoth of brand, finding clients, and substantially increasing your expertise in your niche field. It's not easy. It's highly time consuming to assimilate knowledge. It's highly time consuming to market your service offerings to clients, and it's highly time consuming to organically grow a behemoth of a brand across a multitude of social media platforms. But if you want to be highly successful in the highly competitive life coaching services market, if you want to be able to grow your market share, have your brand build traction, and grow your clientele, and even win over client referrals, you have to do far more than just be able to furnish your clients with stellar life coaching services. You need to go the extra mile, distinguish yourself from the pack, establish a stellar brand image, attain substantial brand equity, attain robust brand loyalty, and build substantial brand recognition. You need to create such insightful, meritorious, informative, pragmatic, worthwhile content that prospective clients, a part of your target market, are all the more poised to procure your service offerings for a premium price. So there's so much that you could do on your end to become highly successful as a life coach. But if you settle for insipid mediocrity, then it will limit your success, and it will preempt you from being able to reach your latent potential as a life coach. So become all the more knowledgeable, become all the more competent, become all the more adept, and hone in on growing a behemoth of a brand across a multitude of social media platforms. Hone in on growing a sizable, lucrative clientele, and do your utmost best to not only appease your clients and assuage their needs, but go the extra mile so that you exceed client expectations, so that you can win over more client referrals. The more client referrals you have, the more rapidly you can grow your clientele. People do not want to be sold to, so you need to organically win over their trust. So provide your content for free, and it can redound to your benefit in the long haul, especially if you're a service provider and people discover your content and are willing to procure your services because you already demonstrated that you are highly knowledgeable, highly competent, highly adept, highly trustworthy, and highly reputable. You want to be able to win over the client's trust before they procure your service offerings. And it's much easier to do that by disseminating insightful, meritorious educational content to prospective clients for free than it is to try to win over their business by utilizing direct marketing tactics that do not demonstrate your expertise, nor knowledge, nor competence. People do not want to be solicited to, so they prefer to not watch intrusive advertisements. I hope that you found this video to be insightful and enthralling. Have a blissful day. Goodbye.